Want to go to Tom Waite, reporter, CNN affiliate WXYZ. You are the one that got the interview with John Skelton from behind bars. He is being held on $30 million bail. Parental kidnapping is the charge at this point for those three boys. What did he say to you?
Well, you know, he got very emotional when he talked about his wife and his kids, but essentially our first question, of course, was what happened to the kids? And he insists, as you heard there in bits and pieces of the interview, that he did not hurt them. But he does say something interesting, and you heard this in part of the show here. He says he was spiraling, he was depressed. I asked that question in response to a Facebook post that he put out the night before the boys were last seen alive. He said, "May God and Tanya forgive me." Now, he wouldn't explain what that exactly meant, but he said he was spiraling and very depressed. And that was a very ominous message, obviously, the night before the boys went missing.
All right, Tom,
again, he's saying that he...
We have got that. We want everybody to listen to this. This is John Skelton, the last person to have been with the three little boys, his sons, that disappeared. Everybody listen to this.
I was spiraling. I was spiraling out of control. Tanya, I was depressed. Tanya played with my emotions to get the reaction that I really got.
To Tom Waite, reporter from WXYZ, CNN affiliate. Tom, why do you think he really picked up the phone and called you wanting to do this interview? Why?
And I think that's a great question, and I'm not a psychotherapist, obviously, but I would say from my assessment of why he called me, I think he really wanted to talk to Tanya. He says in the interview that he wanted to speak with her, that he wanted her to come visit him in jail, and that she would not even place a phone call to him. If you listen to that interview, and I know you have, Gene, he says over and over again, Tanya mistreated me, Tanya played with my emotions, Tanya made me depressed, this is why I'm acting the way I am. And he also says that his wife was abusing his kids, but yet he still says he wants to see her. So I think really the reason why he was reaching out to me, I think he wants her to be to hear his voice. I think he wants her to get the message that he still loves her, that he still wants to talk to her. So I think that's the kind of twisted mind we might be dealing with here. That's just my assessment. But from what he said is, he literally says he wants to talk to her. And he says in the interview that she should listen to her instincts, that the kids are still alive, and that he cites a magazine interview where she thinks he still is a good father, that she says she believes that he wouldn't ever hurt the boys.
Why the kids are alive and why he did this?
Yeah, I definitely got to motive right away. I said to him, why would you do all this? Why would you put yourself through this? Because he had said, you know, I'm the only one volunteering to be in jail right now. And by that he meant I did nothing wrong. I was trying to protect my kids. His allegation is that his ex-wife, or his estranged wife, I should say, was abusing the kids. But again, police have said that she is not guilty of any wrongdoing in this case. She does have a prior sex offender conviction from about a decade ago. So John says that that's kind of where this comes from. He says his kids said to him that Tanya, his wife, was abusing them. So he was trying to protect them, he says, by giving them to this organization, Underground Sanctuary.
All right. And everybody, Tom, we want everybody to hear this interview that you got in regard to this alleged sexting. Take a listen.
The boys told me that Tanya was, they quoted, sexing them. Which I tried to confirm with Tanya, you know, but Tanya wouldn't have anything to do with me. She wouldn't talk to me about it or anything. It alienated me and started alienating the kids from me and stuff. And I have to go with, you know, I don't think my kids would lie to me.
Tom Waite, is it true that he contacted you the day that investigators labeled this a homicide case and not a missing persons case anymore?
That's correct. He contacted us last Tuesday. He called me, actually, I was at home before I'd come into work. He had no idea that police were about to change the investigation from a missing children's case over to a homicide case. He was very perplexed by it, or at least very interested in why the police were changing over the investigation. He says that there's no evidence that he has done anything wrong to the kids. He was adamant that he had given these kids over to this organization, but there are many holes in this story.